Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to the 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil qualifying runs, and today we're going to be doing another CONCACAF run, this time with the nation of Canada. It's been requested quite a lot in the past, and I just decided today that today will be that day. So obviously we want to do a custom fixture. So Canada have Aruba in matchup 3, but as you know, we always randomize or shuffle the groups at least once before we start qualifying campaigns and stuff, just to get a completely random experience every single time for every single nation. So in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we are against the US Virgin Islands in our first game. That's really quite easy, I think, for Canada. Well, I hope it is. But yeah, no, not too bad at all. So I'm looking at the calendar and there's only one friendly, and that's against Chile. And then the rest of the time is just sort of like resting months, I guess. And then we basically go to our game here against the US Virgin Islands. So I imagine some more friendlies will be added. But yeah, okay, well, it could be a very small part, I guess. So this is your squad for Canada. There are a couple of names that I do recognize. Hutchinson is one, the captain, of course, that I do recognize. De Guzman as well in midfield, and Di Rosario as well up top. I do recognize that name. It's on world class difficulty, not quite legendary on this version on 2014. I'm not quite as good at 2014 as I am on 2010. This is going to be a really interesting game because we're playing against a team that are better than us. Usually friendlies and stuff are against teams that are well matched or just slightly below you, but I guess because we're an average sort of side, it could have swung both ways. But this 2014 Chile team is really good. Up to Di Rosario, through ball, Bernier. He goes for the strike and it just goes wide. That was really unlucky. Seems to be pretty good so far. They seem to be quite a competent team, passing the ball and everything like that. Seems to be pretty decent. That was a really poor clearance by, I assume, Bravo in net, and just over the bar from that finesse shot. As I've said plenty of times in the past, I love 2010 World Cup South Africa because it's so much fun. But 2014 is more realistic in my opinion. It's just got a bit more realism about it. You got to do your training in between qualifications and friendlies. Your form can definitely affect how you play on the pitch, and of course the qualifying as well is a lot more realistic, the format and everything. Obviously the format is outdated nowadays, but back then it was the most realistic form we can get. Oh, good save, and that's a good ball as well. Turns. Is there a chance? There is. That was such a good chance. Taken well by Di Rosario. Good turning in the box. I actually felt like that was actually really good control. Usually I'd probably fluff that chance up, but no. Chile haven't really been able to assert much control on this game. It's been all about Canada, and their ball movement, apart from that pass, has been really excellent. They go for it. Oh, wow. Good goal. And that's Arturo Vidal, of course. Of course, it had to be him, didn't it? That hits that kind of shot. And that is 1-1. I tried to get in front of it, but there's no stopping those kind of shots, really. And Chile are level in this friendly. So we've conceded already. Not a bad thing, though, conceding against Chile. You know, I'll take it. It's not like I'm conceding a goal against the US Virgin Islands or something. Seems like Chile now have more possession and more control of the ball in this second half. Maybe tired legs coming into play for Canada. Possibly, because they are a lower rated side, and lower rated sides do have players that don't really have the stamina. 73rd minute, still a draw. Both sides be having a very competitive game. Here comes Vargas though down the wing. Crossed in. That's a really good cross, by the way. Oh. They got it. Oh, ambitious attempt with the scissor kick from almost outside the box. And that goes wide. I think it was a deflection. Yeah. And that is 1-1 at full time in this friendly. And Canada did well. We did well. You know, Chile scored a really good goal, and they almost scored another one as well in the second half. But keeper denied them. Really good effort from Canada in their first friendly match. So will we have another friendly in between these games? No, I don't think we are we? I don't know. No, I don't think we actually are. That's weird for this game to do that. Usually, it will give you a bunch of friendly matches before you take on the opponent in qualifying. But we're straight into qualification. Fair enough. Fair enough game if you want me to get thrown into it. I mean, it is US Virgin Islands. We should be winning this one. I love how in Group B in round 3, the Cayman Islands have just somehow been placed in there. So they don't even have to do anything until round 3, which is just like, okay, cool. Let's do some drills, get the pace up of this team so that we're just outpace the US Virgin Islands tons and tons of times. We should be winning that match, absolutely. I mean, I just don't see us losing. If we do, then that would be shocking. So our first qualifying match away from home is against the US Virgin Islands. Should be routine victory, unless US Virgin Islands decide to absolutely spoil this video and knock me out, then fair enough. You know, I'm not going to pretend if I do lose to kind of hide it or whatever, you know. This will be a harder challenge than most people would think. Because the referee's going to make it difficult because he's giving away fouls for stupid challenges. Of course, as well, them putting like 6 men at the back, that's going to be tough as well. I had a game similar to this when I did a live stream when I was Serbia and I went against Pakistan. And I just couldn't score against Pakistan for so long because they were just messing around. Go on, through ball. Peters. Oh, the shot was blocked and a block again. That was really good considering that the goal was open. Through ball. And we're pushing our way through. Chipped but too high there. Unlucky. Taken away there by Canada. This could be a chance. No, it's blocked again. Wow, good defending from US Virgin Islands. Probably bad shot selection on my part as well. Go for it from distance. Oh, good save. That was right on target, but the US Virgin Islands are holding on. The amount of pressure we put on them, and we still cannot score. Hey, credit to them. Credit to them. They're doing really well here. Crossed in. Header. Oh, booted away again. Well, surprisingly, it's still 0-0 after the onslaught that Canada had provided in this first half. Should have been at least 1 or 2-0, but US Virgin Islands have done well. Their goalkeepers come up with some big saves. Defenders come up with some big blocks. Crossed in by US Virgin Islands. Headed away. And it's tackled again. Wow. They have exceeded my expectations for this game. I thought they'd get blown away. Canada kind of like sleepwalking in this second half now. The first half was dominant. And I feel like they've kind of just gone, nah, we don't want this. Oh, okay. That was a bit too close again. US Virgin Islands doing big things in this one, holding on. Generally one of the worst second half performances I've ever seen from a nation in the qualifying zone. Turn. Have a shot. Oh, yes! Yes! Come on! De Rosario has just scored a... I don't know, it looked like a deflection, but that was super lucky. And I have to say, well done to the US Virgin Islands for holding on. Yeah, it was a deflection. It came off the defender's foot here, if you can see it. Look, I don't know if you can see from that angle, but you can definitely tell it was a deflection from the goalkeeper's reaction. And that's just unkind from US Virgin Islands' point of view. We struggled in that game. And credit to them, they played way better than us. But Canada have stolen it at the end. That is 1-0. That's going to be the end of the game. And I don't care. We still won the game. Even though we should have won by more, I don't care. The US Virgin Islands played well. We played pretty poorly. We got lucky. And that's sometimes what you need is luck. I just want to direct your attention to the amount of shots we had. 14, 10 on target, and only 1 goal. US Virgin Islands only had 1 shot the entire game. And that came pretty close, to be fair. Not on target, but it was close. Imagine if the US Virgin Islands came back in the next game away from home. Wouldn't that be just like the stinkiest result we've ever had in a qualifying round? Second leg of this first round qualifying. Back at home in Canada, and we just need to get the job done. Even if it's just a 1-0 or even a 0-0, I don't care. We just need to get out of this because I think the US Virgin Islands have a surprise in store for me. I mean, they've already been a surprise in this fixture. Stolen there. That's a really easy steal. And that should have been a goal. Again, we're going to have one of these matches, aren't we? That should have been a goal. I mean, it was inches away, but yeah, De Rosario, you should have done a little bit better there. Through ball. Peters. Goal! Early goal for Canada, and that is 1-0 on the night, or the day even, and 2-0 on aggregate. So, yeah, nice stuff there. And, well, this game should be a little bit out of reach now. Good through ball, and they didn't pick it up. Basic shot, straight in. Well, it's half-time, and despite the goal, it's been pretty dull, to be honest. We haven't really taken our chances after the goal. I wouldn't mind just one more goal to make the scoreline a little bit better. Comes US Virgin Islands, tackled. They haven't really been able to do anything in this match. Nothing of note anyway. But they have been defending well again. And I guess there is a sort of healthy lesson here to be learned, is that don't underestimate your opponents, whoever they are. Go for the finesse, and that was a beautiful finesse. Really well done by Peters, and that is 3-0 on aggregate. Nice one. Just randomly shot and it went straight in. Sometimes you got to do it, you know. Sometimes you have to do it to inject some life into a game. And that was a really nice finesse shot. Really controlled and really well done there. There we go. That's the end of their campaign. But Canada moved forward to round 2 of qualifying. And well done, Canada. Well done indeed. It was a bit of a struggle at the start, but we got over it and beat them 3-0 on aggregate. Quite a nice scoreline. Nothing too humiliating, but we got the job done. Right, so we are in round 2 of our qualifying campaign, and our group is Group F of this CONCACAF qualification round. And we're in a group with Honduras, Cuba, and Puerto Rico. There wasn't a lot of friendly matches, and I figured, well, we may as well just play one more qualifying round just to see if we can beat a slightly bigger side and give us some momentum going into video number 2. Here we go then. First qualifying match of this group is against Cuba away from home. This could be a trickier team than what people might imagine. Remember, we did struggle against the US Virgin Islands, so obviously Cuba are rated better than them, so who knows at the end of the day. I'm more concerned about Honduras, because Honduras are about the same rating as us. Here comes Canada. This is a chance, and that was a good save by the Cuban goalkeeper. Taken away there, and taken away again. It's just how reactionary are some of these Cuban defenders. They're so quick to react, and our players are just not really sort of reacting quick enough to any of these 50-50s and stuff. Through ball. Can we get there? We have. And it's a goal, yes, and that is Payet, or however you pronounce it, just before the half to make it 1-0, and the play before it was exceptional. The ball movement was good, the through ball into Payet was so good, and he was just faster than the Cubans there, and I think he lost his man actually. I don't know where he was going on that play. Half time, we're leading 1-0 over Cuba, especially away from home. That's pretty decent. I wouldn't mind just one more goal. Where is Lehera going? Where is he going with this play? And that was the most stupid play I've ever seen. What was the AI doing on that play? I just don't get it. But, okay, free corner. Imagine if I score from this. Cuba would be so... Well, the Cuban coach wouldn't be impressed. De Guzman on the ball and just tackled like that. It's so strange how they catch you up like that. I know the player on the ball is definitely going to be a little bit slower than a man off the ball. I get that. But, like, it's just so... I don't know. The physics here are just so weird. You just saw it just a second ago. Guy fell over but gets the ball back. To be honest, it's been a little bit of a frustrating affair, really. Cuba have had more possession, but they've done absolutely zero with it. Canada, on the other hand, lucky, but, yeah, not very inspiring through most of the match. It's really... I don't know, just strange. I mean, I think in parts of the match, as you saw from some of the clips, the physics did let me down. But Anyway, it's 3 points. I don't care if it's boring or not. It has to be done. And maybe that's the way we have to play in this group in order to get out. So that's your group table to end this video. Honduras with a resounding 5-0 against Puerto Rico. So we're up against some kind of juggernaut in this group, at least. Like I said at the start of this match, Honduras was going to be tough, and they proved me right. We all know that Honduras in sort of 2010 to 2014 era, or even up to 2018, were really good. If you did enjoy this one, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.